can change the past. Don't wanna complicate things. Maybe if I asked, was any of it real? There's only one thing left to do. My heart is breaking on you, so I'll say goodbye. Let's put the sun back in the sky.
Show.
What's good? What's good?
Oh, everything, man. Can you hear me all right?
Sounds great. I don't know what that is, but
Oh man, you got jokes, huh? It's the Raven. It's the Toronto, man. Gotta represent.
oh man,
Yeah, let me pull this up here real quick.
yeah, man.
What's going on?
There we go.
How
So
was your holiday? Well, first off, before we get into it, let me first off before we get into everything, for people who just tuning in for the first time, my name is Laurent J, aka Steve Rogers. I could do this all day.
William A. Thomas over here, Hawkeye, shoot you across the room.
Yep, and if you haven't already, definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and also hit that notification bell. Share this video out. We're gonna get into some good topics today. But before we get into it, man, how was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it's interesting. You know, at different times every year. You know, up here,
What was so interesting about it?
well, up here in Pittsburgh, we're always getting closer to the winter time. It's going to get colder.
Mm,
Things change. So
mm.
always makes it interesting. I mean,
All right, well,
how is a
still,
Thanksgiving in the South?
man, you still ain't tell me about the Thanksgiving, man. Uh, it was warm, man. I was out there, frying a turkey for the first time. That was interesting. I was trying not to blow up the house. But the turkey was really good.
Mm,
Real quick, next year is going to be a lot easier. See, my in-laws did it last year. Hold on, let me get my little drink here. But my in-laws did it last year, but we hung out by ourselves. Myself, wife, kids, and
mm,
turned out real good, man. It was a nice little chill weekend. The weather was good. It was about 75, 74.
mm.
It get cold at night though, but yeah, man, it was nice.
I will tell you this, man. Friday night, it wasn't about Black Friday. Friday over at my mom's house, it was kill or be killed. We had game night, and anyone who knows it, over my mom's house, if there's game night, you might as well call it gang night. You pick sides, you put signs up and stuff like that. We we end up battling it out. People be cheating. I'm surprised I came out alive.
What was y'all playing?
Uh, we was playing one of them games is dangerous. A lot of people end up fighting over it all the time. We was playing Uno.
Thought you was gonna play say spades.
No,
No,
spade. People be making shanks out of toothbrushes.
man, don't ever play with somebody who can play. 'Cause they get mad when you cut them.
Oh man.
Oh man, that's our prison game. I don't know anything about that, but but yeah. So how many people was over your mom's place?
I think there was about maybe like 12.
Okay. Does she have game night every week?
No, we wouldn't be able to make it that way. We got to be able to keep the family together, man.
Mm,
They say the family, prays together, stays together, but at the same time, if you be together too much, sometimes that's room for you to kill each other.
man, that must have been real ugly. Was y'all playing for candy, for money? Or is y'all betting?
It's all about the pride, man. A lot of times, different people have their different egos. Like, my one younger sister, she's an attorney, so she thinks she knows everything.
Mm,
My second dad, he's been cheating for life in all these games. Don't tell him I said that. My
mm.
mom tries to act like she the arbitrator. Meanwhile she got sneaky moves and stuff like that too.
Dude, snitching, pay attention.
Then oh man, my brother-in-law. Now he's from Ghana. He be over there, he tries to play it cool, like, it's like, listen, T'Challa, he sits over there so cool, I don't want any problems. I just want to, and then meanwhile he plot. So you gotta watch, people that seem quiet,
Mm. So you said they was all cheating over there, huh? Except for your pops.
Yeah. Well, no. He's one of the main actors. He
Wait a
had
minute. I thought you said he left.
he went from 4 cards to 2 somehow. I think he stuck some cards up his sleeves or something. And I forgot who. Someone was like, hey, maybe we should switch to dominoes. I'm like, nah. We gotta live, domino. That's a prison game.
Man. Good stuff, man. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about some stuff today, man. First off, before we get into it, did you hear about Clarence Savant murdered?
Well, was it? I think it was his wife that got murdered.
He got murdered too, right?
They
both got murdered.
Really?
He's 90 years old. She 81.
Wow.
Went up in the house. Bang, bang, bang. So I want to get into some. I want to get into some conspiracies today. Let's just get into some conspiracies. This is Conspiracy Wednesday. We're gonna get into all of it. But for people who don't know Clarence Avant, he was the godfather of music. He's an old school dude. He owned I think he was the first black person to own a radio station. I remember in the 80s, I think he put out what is that band in the SOS band. And all in that group, he was putting them hits out, man. He worked with everybody. And then he had some friends in some high places in politics, like Obama. They actually had, I don't know if you saw it. They had a documentary about him on Netflix.
Okay, that was the what was it called? Like Black
Godfather.
Okay,
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. And it's interesting when you put that stuff together because dude, is he from Atlanta?
He's originally from North Carolina, I believe.
Okay, yeah, but in any industry, there's always someone who is pulling the strings and things like that. Someone you gotta be cool with. We know that on one end you gotta know how to sell, but the other end, like, you better be cool with some people. And obviously that was the right person to be cool with.
I mean, back then, I guess, but something happened, man. I mean, he was around Johnny Nash and Quincy Jones, Clive Davis. He's. So I was thinking, I'm like, did he get murdered for money? But then I realized, like, it couldn't have been money because dude's rich. Maybe he was on the down low. He was with his wife for 54 years. Maybe he was like, I'm tired of that.
I don't know. You know what? I think it might have just been his wife. I see Antoine. He's a pretty knowledgeable guy.
You sure? You sure, Antoine? I thought they said he's dead. Let's look it up, man. Let's double check. Let's look at
Now, just some stuff about her while I'm looking that up. He
might be right. Go ahead. Antoine might be right, but go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, I think her daughter is married to like the CEO of Netflix.
Yep.
So there's a a lot of powerful connection going on there.
So now it made me think: was he gay? And and she was going to tell, so they had to kill her. Come on, because look, check this out.
don't want to laugh. Go ahead.
Because there was security there, and they did not shoot back.
Mm.
He want her killed.
Well, I'm just wondering if there's any type of Epstein connection. There's a lot of CEOs, a lot of people in powerful places who have been stepping down. And that's kind of one of the things that I was looking at. Now, I don't know if anyone knows, let us know in the comments if you know, but I didn't see any connection. But this is a time right now where you got to really pay attention to the things that are going on. Everything that you see is not what it seems.
What's up with the security though?
So you
They
said
didn't shoot one time?
At all?
I don't think so.
Wow.
You pay for all that security. He's a wealthy man.
Mm.
That's a good point. So, anybody got some theories? Hit us on the message or give us a call. We want to hear the most outrageous stuff today on that situation. You've been married for 50 something years. He was born in the time when they were the mob scene was heavy. People getting knocked off. Why now? How did you go up in your house and pop your wife?
And
Stay woke, man.
yeah, and a lot of that, I know they have security cameras all over the place, so you can end up we're going to end up seeing, but I think there's more behind this.
What's another theory you got? Give us another theory, man.
Everything.
You think he was gay? No, go ahead. Come on, we gotta have some fun with this.
What? Just because it's Atlanta? That's what you saying? Everybody in Atlanta is gay?
You said it. I didn't. Go ahead.
I mean, who knows? I mean, especially when we're talking about the music industry, there's a lot of.
Do you think it was some satanic? Do you think it was what do they always say when you make it to the music industry?
Rituals.
You think it was a ritual?
Nah, he already made it.
Mm.
He's at the end of his he in his 90s.
Why would they pop his wife? Was he in on it?
No, nobody. Well,
because he got a male lover.
That's a question. I don't know, man. That tied to like I said, that's big stuff there. And she's not someone who, she's not your common person. This is another person with money. Antoine said
that's a good one.
Block.
That's a good hey. People with the catalog, you better get rid of it now. What's the one dude who sold his catalog for $100 million? Lil Wayne. Get rid of that catalog. You done. They're gonna shit you down. I like that theory right there. Let's roll with that theory right there so far. So they try to get his catalog. Let's see. So what did the article say? Was you're on the article right now?
Yeah, so here, let me see if I can put this up real quick. Okay, 1 second. We got a new setup here. It's supposed to be easier. Let me know when it's up and I'll can everybody see it?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Beverly Hills police responded to the home on Mater Place around 2:30 this morning. Outside, you can see a sliding glass door shattered. When officers got to the house, they found Jacqueline Avant suffering from a gunshot wound. She was taken to a hospital but did not survive. Jackie Avant, well known and well respected for her philanthropy over the years, was also married to music executive Clarence Avant, who was just inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year.
I don't let nothing get in my way about anything that I want to do.
He was also the subject of a 2019 Netflix documentary, The Black Godfather, that highlighted his influence in the music industry. Neighbors say they heard the helicopters overnight and are saddened and frightened by this deadly shooting.
It's been devastating. Every night there's something else. Somebody needs to step up. This is just horrible. It's breaking our hearts. They were a great family. This is devastating, really devastating.
Wow.
Beverly Hills police responded to the home on Mater Place around 2:30 this morning.
Turn that off
Outside, you can see a...
Now, something I noticed, that's not your average house. That house is huge. So for you to be able to get in there, number one, it would have had to be someone who's casing that place. I'd imagine that they're probably in a gated community, but that's a big house to be able to go, like imagine like if you're trying to go in, if someone were trying to go into one of our houses and we're in our room, they got to go and search around and stuff. So the chances that she would happen to be just like right there, either that or they knew the landscape. Could be the security people.
I got another theory for you. That's a good one. I got a feeling he did it, allegedly. Why ain't the security shoot back? You know what I mean? I was just watching. I'm actually working on a video on my other channel. This guy played for the Atlanta Braves. He was choking his wife, and the cops were called to the house, and the cops saw him choking his wife. What if he got tired of her? He's like, look, man, stop touching my TV. I'm trying to watch Steve Harvey. Pop, pop.
Hey, well, he said he don't.
Maybe she was like,
what he want to do?
Maybe he was diabetic, and she was like, put down the put down the cake. And he's like, stop messing with me, woman. Bang. Look like an inside job to me, but yeah. So yeah, you want to join in on the conversation? Definitely hit us on the comments. We just put the link down there if you want to talk about it. Also, what we're going to talk about today?
Let me the big question, okay, that we got to ask and answer is, can you trust the mainstream media? And by that, of course, we have our CNNs, our Fox, CNBC, MSNBC, and all those different ones. But can you trust them? Man, what do you think? Because I don't.
I'll tell you what I think in a minute. But continue. What else we might rap about?
We got the Chris Cuomo scandal. I don't know if maybe it should probably be called the Chris and Andrew Cuomo scandal, because it went from Andrew stuff to Chris behind the scenes, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about this every week till it's over. I can't say her name right, so I'm going to just say Ghislaine. I think that's how you say it. Ghislaine Maxwell.
Man, have you heard anything about the covers? I haven't even. Is the media talking about it?
Man,
I haven't seen anything.
It looked like 1994. You remember back in the day, instead of them having cameras there, they would like do those little drawings.
Oh,
it looked like they drew it with crayons and stuff like that. That's what I saw.
Man, come on, man.
Drawing of her, with her mask on. and the judge and all that. I'm saying, like, man, that this is
They
what.
they trying to get these people off, man.
Mhm. Yep.
This world ain't fair, man. Make it make sense, man.
We had a mass shooting in Oxford, Michigan, Oxford High School. Condolences to the families of the victims.
I used to live in Michigan, Livonia, Michigan. I don't know how far Oxford is, though. I never heard of it.
Okay. Yeah, it's saying
But,
that it's about 30 miles north of Detroit. So, yeah, it's up there somewhere. Then,
hey,
what will happen with Roe v. Wade?
elaborate.
Well, for those who don't know, Roe v. Wade is the landmark trial that ended up cementing abortion rights, within the country. There have been attempts on both sides to either defend it or to be able to dismantle it for years, and I think over 30 years. And it's coming to a head. So it's at the Supreme Court right now. And I'd imagine it's going to probably take a couple of days, maybe 2 weeks, for them to get through that trial. So we'll see
This is this in the Supreme Court, or
yeah, at the Supreme Court.
well, there's a lot of conservative judges. They didn't unpack the court yet, so if they take that out, then that's going to be a huge problem. So they trying to say it's unconstitutional, or
Well, it depends on who you are. So I know that from one side, it's been framed as an issue of whether it's religious rights. Other side, it's been a matter of whether it's constitutional, for the mother. The other side has been talking about whether it's constitutional for the child. So you have three things going on at the same time, and I'm not a scientist or doctor, but it'll be interesting, because if you looked at some of the old arguments in regards to whenever it was actually put in place, science wasn't advanced, like it is now. And I think that one of the final relying factors that they looked at is where life actually starts. Does it start at conception or not? And I believe that at that time they came to the conclusion that it does not start at conception. So if you go by that logic, then it doesn't make sense to, or it makes it okay to actually have abortion available. So that's what the rationale was at that time in the 70s. I'd imagine that, like I said, those different angles are going to end up coming up. It's a different argument, today. A lot of it revolves around, it's been talked about, women's rights, or, rights as far as what they do with their body. And, so we'll see how that ends up going.
okay. So I'm in regards to the media talk, I'm gonna play this clip when what's his name? Bill Maher was on Cuomo's show, and he was talking about the media. I'm gonna just play the audio because I don't want to get things. So let's see if you can hear it. Give me a second here.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Bill Maher, man, he been getting pounded from all sides.
All right, let's see if we can.
The Democrats have a huge field.
Yeah. Oh.
What do you see in the field?
Well, first of all, too many people is what I see in the field. That alone looks silly when you have 23, 24 people. And some of them are, I don't even know what their raison d'etre is for running. I've asked them. They've been on the show. I'm like, why you? Right off the bat, we're stumped.
Do you believe that if you have so many, that means you have nobody?
Well, I just think look, Donald Trump should have been someone who made the Democrats go, wow, we got to get serious now. We got to cut out all the nonsense that made us lose the election last time. And I don't think I've seen that so far.
The midterms didn't
well,
mean
the
that for you?
identity politics and the cutting each other up. Obama said about a month ago, he said circular firing squad. He invoked that phrase about the Democrat. You'd think with Donald Trump as president and the existential state we're in this country, that they would not need to have that warning be given. But, you know, I hope Obama does that again. He is the one person who has the, excuse me, the authority, both as the ex-president and as a rather beloved president of recent vintage, who can do that, who can knock Democrats' heads together and say, look, we've got to get serious. Stop carping at each other. Joe Biden, for example, the whole thing with the kissing the back of the head and the Eskimo kisses, and who cares? You know, if this is the guy to beat Trump, it is unconscionable to be pecking at him this way in the beginning.
And
He's
the
not
president was very helpful in that also. He went after Biden for that, and the media picked it up. They ran with it. It got traction.
And how he gets away with it with his history of real sexual assault, when this guy, he's just being Joe. I mean, okay, you don't like it, it's creepy, I get it. Sometimes people do things to me that are too close and I don't like it, but that's life. You know, instead of writing a blog
about
the
18 inches the whole time.
Exactly.
I got the note, I respect the note.
Instead of writing a blog about it a year and a half later, just turn around and say, excuse me, you know, some things you got to handle yourself.
You were strong on that. You went at it different times about what Biden was relatively in your sense of political correctness on it, where the line should be. You're okay taking the heat on it. Ultimately, for Joe Biden, where do you think it leaves him? Do you think that this spread in the polls right now is real and he'll stay there? Or do you think it's just identification?
Well, I think he'll get knocked down, yes, because it's early, always at this time. You know, the person who is known, and also again, we don't know. I think America.
Speed it up. Give me a second.
Our feet hurt, and we want the Fast and Furious, Solyndra, all these nothing burgers, and that's why that is such an important thing in our history. Because otherwise, you don't know what Americans would have judged in the future.
You already have an argument for reaction formation to Obama. That without him as president, you wouldn't have had the kind of people come out for this president.
It was a reaction.
So now you have, well, what will the pendulum swing be this time? The Democrats are trying to decide.
They're scared of Trump, man. They think he's going to be the president in 2024.
Aggressively progressive. Let's play Bernie Sanders. He's been the most outspoken on this.
There are some well-intentioned Democrats and candidates who believe that the best way forward is a middle ground strategy that antagonizes no one, that stands up to nobody. In my view, that approach is not just bad public policy, but it is a failed political strategy that I fear could end up with the re-election of Donald Trump.
They scared.
That's a great question. I don't know. I can't lie to you. That's what we're trying to figure out right now. And that's what this election season is all about. I'm glad we have the time. We have debates coming up. We're going to have more of them. We're going to see how this plays out. And we're going to see what people's reaction to this is. But remember, this is going to be, because it is Trump, the dirtiest campaign ever. You have to look ahead. What are they going to attack? How are they going to swift boat whoever the candidate is? Because that's what they're going to do.
How much
That's
of it
what
do you
they
put on
always
us in terms of how we police the election, what we cover, what we
There
don't?
you go.
No, the media.
Oh, the media. Well,
Although according to the president, it's one and the same. And that's why you can't believe us.
Well, you know, I don't have a lot of faith because, you know, we don't live in the era of news divisions as lost leaders like we used to. The news division didn't used to have to make a profit. Then that changed. And then you have to report to the board like everybody else and show your earnings. And in that atmosphere, they are always going to be looking for eyeballs. That's going to be the most important thing, is getting people to click, getting people to watch. And in that atmosphere, I mean, look at how much they overcovered Hillary's emails in 2016 and what effect did that have on the election. Now, there's a lot of reasons why the Democrats lost, and many of them were Hillary was a terrible candidate. That's absolutely true.
She didn't help the situation with the emails in terms of how she handled it with her answers and her actions.
Absolutely. No, right. And she committed obstruction of justice. If now Trump did, I think, in much worse fashion, but, you know, I mean, smashing up your your phones and your hard drive.
They had a story about it, but it was a bad outcome.
Yeah, okay. But they overcovered it. They overcovered it. They beat it to death. I mean, even Bernie Sanders had said in one of those early debates, enough about Hillary's emails. I don't know. But no, I don't trust the media. If that's the question, that's my answer.
I don't take it personally.
Not you personally.
I get it a lot.
You.
I'm gonna say this real quick, and we see you down there, Swanee. We about to bring you on. It should have been Trump versus Bernie, probably both times. The Democrats, they killed that guy twice, in a row, and he's still he a trooper. I don't
He's
know.
loyal, man.
Yeah, but
he's loyal.
Man, he loyal to the cause.
You remember 2016, Roland Martin, and I forgot the lady who was working in the DMC. They gave Hillary questions beforehand, had her prepare for Bernie. They didn't give Bernie nothing. Bernie was winning most of those states. Still, he didn't get a chance. Man, they dogged him, man. I'm surprised that I think this is why Bernie's having a hard time now, because a lot of their base and the people that's in the Senate is not having it anymore. They're like, you better give me what we asking for. We're not voting these policies in, which is, I think, is great.
And you know what? Even from the beginning, they had it rigged from the beginning. You remember how they had that super delegate thing?
Mm-hmm.
So
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they went and changed the rules after and not really changed the rules. But but yeah, they basically had it to where it just looked like she was ahead so much that the average voter was sitting there thinking like, oh, well, Hillary Clinton, she's leading, she's the obvious choice. The super delegates had nothing to do with votes from the people. It was just more so like making it like kinging me or something.
Yep. And even like how the covers that they're doing with Cody, I'm not gonna say the name, but Cody, they scared people so much where they're not going to work. So they got in office, but then they're like, hold on, we're in office now. You can go back to work. And they're like, no, pay me to sit at home. And now they're talking about I know Swanee gonna touch on that. The South America variant, South Africa. I mean,
yep. I'm about to unleash the beast. Well, not the beast, but the man, the myth, the legend.
What's going on?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing today?
Good, man. How was your holidays, man?
That was good, man. Just relaxing, just kicking it with the family. That's all.
Did you cook?
Nah, man, I ain't cooked, man. My mom, she made us a big turkey, and that's about it. And we just enjoyed just being around family. That's all.
Oh man.
Yo, real quick, man. Yep. Shout out to, I think it's your cousin who won the Whippeal.
Oh yeah, Macabre Dutrell.
Oh man,
Sarah Catholic
out, man.
Yep.
Yo, I saw Billy D posting that. Was he was taking pictures of his son or something? And I was trying to follow it.
He's one of the best photographers in the world, man. He does it all. He's a great photographer. He's always on the field, man, taking pictures, taking great videos of all those kids, man. He's a great talent.
Yeah, I saw him a couple years ago. He was taking pictures of my little cousin. He was playing for Sarah Catholic. He was a running back, Khalil Smith back then, and I saw him taking them pictures. Was dope. I was like, yeah, man. Look, your family, you guys birth running backs, man. What is going on over there, man? What the heck? I'm talking about. I'm not even performing hyperbole. Like every freaking generation, they're running over 1,000 yards rushing, man. I'm like, what the? Y'all don't play. Even back then, what DJ was balling back then. And
running backs everywhere.
He's running for East.
For East, they were something else. I think they went undefeated that year.
Man.
Is there a Dutrow video that they all have to watch when they're 2 years old? You know, so like a little bit of brainwashing, like this is the history, you know, like the NFL films thing.
I'm pretty sure there's some tapes out there.
I was telling Will about Kareem, man. When Kareem was running, they was ranked on ESPN.
Yeah.
Kareem and Steve. Man.
Yep.
Shout out to y'all, man.
Heck of a combination.
Y'all need stock in the Woodland Hills thing, man. 'Cause, man, but go ahead, finish up.
They got a couple coming up in the midget league right now. So Woodland Hills is looking okay in the future. We'll see what happens with the coaching.
Okay. Y'all need to get paid, man. Y'all need to go to that athletic director, man. Like we put y'all on the map, man. But
for real.
Yeah. So what you want to talk about today?
I don't trust the media. And there's many good reasons why we shouldn't just trust the media, you know, with our life. Because journalism nowadays is different than it was way back in the day. You remember Gerardo? Man, he was in the midst of everything. He was in the middle of all the wars, the crisis, and everything. You know, I'm not judging his journalism, but what I'm saying is he did it because he had the passion to do it. He was out there. Nowadays, like I think Cuomo was saying in the video, that it's all about profit now. So everything is scripted. So whatever's hot right now and whatever agenda they're trying to push, that is what they're going to push. And they get a certain amount of money because of ratings. And there's a rating system now, so they're going to get paid off the ratings. And, you know, they're getting paid off of, you know, police brutality against our Black men, women, and children. For many years, they get paid off of that. And it's a shame, but they don't talk about the real issues. And, you know, that's why you got to just be careful and do your research as you're watching these mainstream media platforms.
Yeah. I think they did a study back in the 80s, the early 80s, when I think his name Cronkite. I can't remember his name, but you know, they only had like 3 different stations, and I think it was like 80% to 90% of people trusted the media back then, before all this competition. You know, you want to say something? Oh, okay. And
just looking on, you know, Antoine Main said the same thing.
Yeah.
It's news in the 80s.
Yeah, but they started lying. They started lying like when the Gulf War. I think the one dude was covering it, saying he was over there getting shot up, and they found out he lied. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I forgot his name. But right now, it's so opinionated. You know, they're trying to get these clicks. The whole time when Trump was in office, it was straight sweep week. Like they knew anybody talk about Trump, it doesn't matter if you're on social media or on TV, you was gonna get ratings. So the liberal media is taking a hit right now because they don't have anybody to talk about. They're not going to talk about Biden because they want to continue to keep that the Democrats in office. You know, it's so crazy because if Hunter Biden, all this stuff is going on with his son, right? If this was Trump's son, it would be on the news every day. If they found a computer with his information on there, he's dealing with the enemy. So, you know, you can tell how biased it is.
Yeah. Now, you know, the interesting thing is, I didn't even, you know, so I didn't always have cable, you know, by the way, also, you know, cable was off and on in my childhood, but I didn't know that.
Should have got a crackhead to get on that wall. Shout out to crackheads.
Hey, I call them opportunists.
Yo, I had a crackhead. They would go on the got us the cable. I'm dry snitching, and they would cut the grass for $15, boy. They be dancing while they doing it.
Man, but it was a celebration. Anytime I came and I saw me and my sister, we'd see that truck. We're like, yes, it looked like a Kool-Aid commercial or something. We'd jump up and like, yes. But but yeah, I didn't know news was like when I started talking about fake news stuff. I didn't know what he was talking about until he saw
What
it.
you say?
I always thought that the news was just the news, so to
Mhm.
say. I never thought as a younger person that it was more so based off of opinions or entertainment or trying to push it a certain way. I thought that was just something that happened in the past. When you read in the history books and they start talking about propaganda and things like that, I thought
Mhm.
that only happened in the Cold War and times before that.
Mhm. I wanted to play, since we're going to talk about the media, I wanted to play this clip with about Cuomo. I don't know if anybody heard that, but Cuomo is being suspended indefinitely for the role he played with his brother in New York. Give me 1 second.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm gonna mute myself too. Hold up. There we go. Is it this one? Hold on. Just continue to talk. I gotta find it. All right.
It's all good, but yeah, Cuomo. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to make it or not. They said indefinite suspension, so that could be
Yeah, he's not going to
Yeah.
last.
I mean, let's ask a question. Like, if that was your family, the moral compass, would you do the same thing?
I mean, you
If your
have
family
to.
was
I
in
mean, you
some
have
type of
to.
scandal?
I think at some point you have to, without getting too heavily involved, but at some point you got to give some kind of, you can't just shut your family off and say, you know what, you're out on your own. You got this. Don't call me. Don't text me. The whole 9 yards. I just think you got to have some type of conversation in the whole situation. To completely blackball your brother is something different. So I think he did what most of us would do in a situation. Give some advice, to your brother in a situation.
All right, I'm gonna play this clip real quick. Let's see.
CNN has suspended Chris Cuomo indefinitely pending further evaluation after new documents revealed he contacted media sources to help gather information for his brother, former Governor Andrew Cuomo, as he faced sexual harassment allegations. CNN alleges they were unaware of the full extent of Chris's involvement in his brother's defense, saying in part, when Chris admitted to us that he had offered advice to his brother's staff, he broke our rules and we acknowledged that publicly. However, these documents point to a greater level of involvement in his brother's efforts than we previously knew.
According to Variety, Chris Cuomo is CNN's most popular anchor, drawing the biggest audiences of all the network's programming. His show, Cuomo Primetime, averaged just short of 960,000 nightly viewers last quarter. Here to weigh in on Cuomo's future and what this means for CNN is Brianna Joy Gray. She's the host of the Bad Faith podcast and former national press secretary for the Bernie Sanders campaign. Brianna, welcome.
Thank you, Robbie.
So, I mean, I don't know what else they could do, right? At this point, they had to put him on leave, and I don't see how he can possibly come back. He clearly misled viewers when he said that he was, kind of just their support for his brother, maybe a little bit of advice, but this goes pretty well beyond that, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, what the new documents show is that he was explicitly looking for information to give his brother a heads up on the process of the allegations that were coming down the pike. Remember, at the time, there were 11 women accusing Andrew Cuomo of misconduct. And at a certain point, there was new information coming out at quite a rapid clip. And what Chris Cuomo was endeavoring to do was to use his position and access as a journalist to get that information to his brother and to help him, workshop his message and provide cover, as you will. At the same time, this is in the greater context of the Cuomo brothers being a kind of a stand-up routine at a certain point at the height of the COVID pandemic. And I would remind you that a lot of people think that Cuomo should have been censored, reprimanded, or even fired over that and his handling of the COVID pandemic and the nursing home scandal, right, which actually resulted in many, many, many deaths of elderly New Yorkers. So, it took this Me Too context to actually bring him down, and not even bring him down, just to have him suspended. So we'll see what actually happens next, given that Jeffrey Toobin was in a very similar situation on the same network, is now back as though nothing ever happened.
And Brianna, I think there's another layer to this, and I wanted to try out a theory on you. And one of the things that journalists do, a lot of journalists do, that has always bothered me, is they gripe publicly to brands, and particularly airlines, and they will tag an airline that their flight is delayed, or they don't like their seat, or whatever grief or grievance they have while they're traveling. And
you're calling me out right now, Ryan.
Oh my God,
I know.
This is a pretty deep cut.
If Robbie does this, we will discuss this later. And so I've always kind of wondered, what is it about this that bothers me? And I think what it is that, and I'll deal with Robbie. And I think what it is, it's because he was a primetime host at a cable news outlet. You're supposed to use that power for the public's benefit, not for your own personal benefit. And I think in that betrayal is the place where he's going to have a hard time recovering from.
Yeah, I was listening to some commentary, and there's definitely a large number of people who basically take the line that, family comes first. I would do whatever I needed to do to help protect my brother. At the end of the day, wouldn't you do the same? And I think what that analysis misses is that, one, you can do it, but you're going to have to suffer the consequences, and that's what's happening now. But more importantly, that the information that Chris Cuomo had did not come by him randomly. It came because of the position of access he was in as a journalist. And to me, the analogy is more akin to, if a police officer or somebody else invested with the public trust were colluding with a defendant or a public official or what have you, against the interest of the public, as you say, Ryan. And I think that, given the enormity of the scandals that happened over the course of the last year, both the COVID nursing home scandal and this Me Too scandal, and given that CNN itself pushed the relationship between the brothers as a selling point, putting them on air together and giving them giant props. At one point, there was a giant Q-tip prop that the brothers were using, and the joke was that, oh my gosh, you got a big nose and here's a big Q-tip because we got to take COVID tests because people are dying. I don't even know what the gag is. That CNN was really trying to play off of the closeness of that relationship also makes this whole dynamic very unsavory.
Yeah, I'm pause it right there. Oh man, yeah. So what you think about the Cuomo debacle? Hold on a second.
Again, I don't know the details of their policies, but if he violated a policy of some sort, I guess then maybe that's the reason why they chose to suspend him. Now, if he didn't violate CNN's policies or procedures or whatever, then that's a different story. I think they're using this to their advantage to get ratings. See, it's all about that dollar. So yeah, suspending Cuomo is nothing to them. They've gained so much money. They're making so much money off the suspension of Cuomo. It's ridiculous. So they're winning regardless.
Man, that's a good theory right there. That's a good theory.
Yeah, well, Cuomo gonna be all right. He gonna either go another network or have a little sad thing and probably make some money either way. But as far as the network itself, their rules. It would be like this, Swanee. If let's say that you killed someone or robbed someone, and I gave you a little bit of legal advice, said don't talk to the police and so on. But what he did was the next level. He said, you know what, you can use my attorneys, and that's how how deep it ended up getting. So yeah, I understand, it's your brother and all that, and I know that's a tough thing, but man.
I think this is a poor form because you have a duty as the media, and what he did, it actually you lose trust in the media even more. Because you're hiding information, you're lying. I know it's your brother, but again, you shouldn't have brought him on the show. They're right. They used it. They used him to boost the ratings, like Swanee was saying. Um, and you lose trust. That's why. Think about it. They said he has 900,000 views. That's a nightly show. CNN is getting destroyed in the media. Like no one's watching it. There's more people watching Kevin Samuels on a Tuesday night than watching CNN. They're getting crushed. So I like Swanee's theory when he talking about they trying to get ratings. He'll be back because like I said, I think that he should have got in trouble around the time when all them people died in them old folks homes in New York. That was information being hidden because they're so.
I think the thing that makes it a lot worse is that people like both Cuomos, they put themselves as like beacons of like they're good guys and they're always doing the right thing. Like when the COVID stuff is going on, Chris Cuomo's sitting there, talking about like, hey, you guys need to wear your mask, this and that, and meanwhile he outside jogging around with COVID, about to fight the neighbors and stuff like that. So it's just that hypocrisy. Whenever these people are putting themselves as beacons of truth or of good or this, which it's a lot of virtue signaling. But and then next thing you know, something like this comes up. It just shows that they're not who they thought they were.
Yep. Man, real quick, before we wrap up, we see you in the queue, Jimmy. Give me 1 second. But what do you think about Jacqueline Avant being murdered on her property? I don't know if you heard about Clarence Avant. I don't know when you came on, but you familiar with him?
Yeah.
What do you think? We're in a conspiracy business today. This is Conspiracy Wednesday. We have some crazy conspiracies. What do you think happened in that situation?
Listen, he is part of something that we have been trying to get a stronghold back on for many years, and that's his influence on the music here, and some other things he's been involved in. Now, when you're that powerful of a person, just think about Bill Cosby. When you're so close to owning something and being part of something, some happens. Either there's allegations that come out, or they go as far as what happened to him. And I believe his wife also was murdered. So that conspiracy is true because anytime there is a powerful heterosexual black man in the spotlight, things happen. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Apparently, we found out Clarence is still living, and they just shot and killed his wife. My theory was, yeah, he's still living, and the security allegedly did not shoot back at the intruder. I'm thinking he killed her, allegedly. I'm thinking he probably shot her, and they covered it up in the house, or he got a male lover.
Swanee, you think it was a Netflix employee, don't you?
There's some kind of conspiracy going on here.
I think he was messing because he's friends with Clive Davis, which is gay. He's friends with Quincy Jones, which is allegedly gay. All that group. I think she was going to tell on him or something.
Well, listen, if he's alive, like you say he is, then I can dig that theory. of the cover up. That makes total sense.
He paid that security. He big man. Now Will, he had a theory of she was connected with Maxwell. What's her name?
Yeah. I can't say her first name. I'm gonna just say Ghislaine, but I know that's not how you say it. But it, could been. You guys know there's a lot of CEOs and people in top places that are stepping down. So
Everywhere. These last few years, these CEOs have been stepping down and stepping away.
Yeah, well, I think that a lot of it got to do with that Maxwell and Epstein stuff. I think it's going to come out. Like I know the Twitter CEO, Jack Dorsey, he just stepped down out of nowhere. And I believe he has some connections. So
now for the next month, do not, anybody who lives in Beverly Hills, do not go jogging. Don't go to the Starbucks. You might get poisoned. Don't go jogging. Don't order Uber Eats. You know what I mean?
Hey,
had your kids, had your wife. What'd you say?
Pretty much.
Stay off the yacht.
Stay out the window. You might got a sniper outside. Like, wear the bulletproof vest. You can't even trust the security right now. She gonna start snitching.
Yeah.
Man.
But what I think is happening is good.
No, good. You got.
Oh no, I just think there's a lot of things being exposed at an alarming rate right now, and I think it's because there's so much being exposed and a lot of accountability is falling on some of these big wigs that we don't know of, and those we do know of, that's what are stepping down. Everything is coming to Front Street. So whatever that's been in the darkness for all these years, is coming to light.
There's gonna be a lot of people killing themselves. Man. Well, any last words, Swanee?
Yeah, I just wanted to say about South Africa, if I can have like 40
you
seconds.
got the floor. You got the floor.
Now, okay. Now there's if everybody didn't hear, there's a travel ban on South Africa. Okay, the countries in South Africa. Now everyone heard of the new variant that's out right now. Because of a doctor in South Africa, discovered it. The doctor claimed it was extremely mild, so not too many like life-threatening symptoms. Okay, extremely mild. So what happened was the powers that be took it, used it, made it some big, huge thing. Now there's travel bans. Now here's a new variant. Now there's going to be restrictions from all different kind of countries, but South Africa, and specifically speaking, has a travel ban. They can't even fly out nowhere. Now here's the thing here, in this story. Now 20% of the people in South Africa may be vaccinated, and most of the South African countries, they have been telling Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer and all these companies, listen, we don't want your Cody's at all, or people don't want it, right?
Dang.
2 days later, there's a travel ban on South Africa.
Hey, it's your background music.
That's my background music.
I heard that.
I was wondering what that was.
Go ahead.
I was wondering what that was. I'm like, hold on, what's going on here? No, but yeah, just think about that, how that setup is. The moment the majority of the people in South Africa says, we don't want it, keep it, stop sending that stuff to us.
Wow.
2 days later, there's a travel ban. Unbelievable.
Man.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Man. That's crazy, man. You're right, and the craziest thing is their rate is low. what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for?
Transmissible or
in
Yeah,
deaths or the lowest in the world.
In the world.
And you know,
Europe is the one that need the travel ban. They're spreading like wildfire over there. In Europe.
yeah. Well, it's definitely it's possibly position specific, but someone had made a good point in that whenever you whenever they report that stuff, they're saying they may not be reporting it, like self-reporting. So because it's going to end up affecting the economies. So will this
Especially
end
around
up
Christmas.
discouraging other countries from self-reporting those things?
Man.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
What a shame. That's conspiracy right there.
Oh, and you heard LeBron got it, Mr.
Yeah, I
Double
just heard
Vax.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
think
know
he
what I'm
got it.
saying?
I
Like,
think
come on.
he got it from that elbow. He gave my man a couple weeks ago.
Man,
Hey,
that was bad.
yeah, he's self-destructing right now. I think he's just doing all this to take a break.
You ever
trying to
play
load
Mortal
manage.
Kombat 3 when they first started doing the combos and Sub-Zero coming, he like pow pow and all that. I'm like,
There's no way that was an accident. We all play basketball. Come on, man. Shout out to Chop.
No way.
Remember I used to play with
That was a jail. Listen, that was a life in prison elbow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Straight prison ball for real. Come on, man.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I just this is all about control.
Yes.
I have yet to see any athlete die from that situation that we can't talk about on here. We always talk about this. They never talk about, and Chroma was saying this too. I should have pushed this, talked about it. Him and Bill Maher. They never hold people accountable for their health. Like the 80% of the people who are passing away from that is people who's obese and diabetic and all types of issues.
yep.
I mean,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, there's got to be a point where we gotta because we're going to have to live with this. It's not going away. We have other countries who's we call vacation on this show, 80 to 90%. There's I remember we posted something that happened in what was it Duke University, and pretty much 90% of them are got the vacation, and they're the ones spreading it. That stuff don't work, man. That's why they talking about boosters and boosters. It doesn't work as long is what we always talk about the people who actually had it.
Yeah. And you know what? One of the best studies probably to look at right now is the one that they did in the military. And that's because most of those people are probably in better shape than your average, everyday American. But that study ended up showing that the people who drank I think it's an average of 3 sodas a week and had less than 7 hours of sleep per day had an increased rate. I don't remember the percentage, but it was a greatly increased rate to get hospitalized, from the Cody. So,
Lord, I better go to bed.
Yeah, so,
what?
on that,
You said 7 hours? I'll never sleep.
Yeah, but we're talking about health stuff that we can do all the time, and that I don't know why the health officials are not screaming from the mountaintop, like exercise, vitamin D3, zinc, C, eat better. I mean, we know why. There's a lot of money.
So my question is, okay, so LeBron was asymptomatic. He's chilling right now at home. He off. But you're telling him not to wear a mask. But he can. Does this make sense to you? He got the shot. He got both. I don't know if he got the booster, unless he's lying like Rogers. I don't know. You know, but either way, let's say he got it. He said he got it. You're asymptomatic, and they sent you home because you came up and they did the test and it shows that you have it, and you can transmit it to someone else.
Mhm.
I mean, I you know what I'm saying? Like we
Doesn't
just
make
going
no
to
sense
live
at
with
all.
this. It don't make any sense at all. It does not make any sense. And oh, God forbid, don't cough around anybody. I guess the cold and the flu went away. Don't, man. This is
Oh my
just
goodness.
they back.
That's how
They're playing
that's how they
backfired on
get to
them.
the front of the line nowadays.
Oh man, I had to cough one day when I was in Walmart. Man, I had to run out of there. I was like, woo, it was bad. It was bad, boy. I had to sneeze. But yeah, they're playing backfired on everybody. That's what happened. They got Trump out of there, but now it's hurting them now, and it's going to hurt them on midterm election because people are tired of staying in the house. They're tired of this, the wearing the mask stuff. All their methods are not working. And then
Absolutely.
the crazy thing is, the people who's telling you to do something, they're getting caught on camera not doing it. Like when Obama had that party with like 700 celebrities there, chilling, doing the electric slide with no mask on. And then you have
Joe Biden recently.
old as he is too.
Mhm.
Man,
Well, that's always been a big thing. Do as we say, not as we do. So that governor in California, a lot of them. But I really, if anyone's listening, get healthy and stay healthy. I'm gonna just keep it as simple as that. The Cody it's not going anywhere. It's gonna keep mutating. It's gonna keep having different variants and things like that. It's not the flu, but it's going to end up doing those type of things just like the flu does.
And my question is too, they have another variant. So does the shot work with that? No.
It was interesting. They skipped 2 letters too. It was like I think the one was called new, NU. That's one of the letters, and then the next one is chi. So I think that maybe it's political reasons or whatever, but
Man, this is all political because we all know if you wasn't born under a rock, it came from Wuhan. They was doing gain of function research, but you can't even say China because China would shut this thing down because they own everything. Like we gave them so much power ever since even the NBA back in 2002. That's when they start partnering with the NBA when they drafted Yao Ming. And then all of a sudden, their ratings went from 9 million when Michael Jordan shot that last shot to like 100 million, and they were watching it in the morning time, like watching these games. All our shops, like they're doing like slavery. That one basketball player was talking about it. They're doing slavery over there, and all our companies went over there to get free money. Nike, all the big brands, Apple,
all of them.
and they own us, man. Even our medicines, that we get in the pharmacy is made over there, and so they can't say nothing. They will shut this thing down because they don't care about their own selves. Why would they care about Americans? They hate us. And ever since what's his name, Clinton did that NAFTA deal in 1999, that snowballed all this stuff. Like we in trouble, man. Economy's doing. We're living on the freaking bubble. Everybody living off of credit.
Yeah, countries living off of credit.
We in trouble,
man.
And they keep putting more money out here, printing money.
Yeah, where's it coming from?
Man, one day, man, we need to do a campaign and get everybody to take their money out the bank at one time and see what they'll do. They'll shut that bank down. They'll be like, nope, we don't got the money. Because they don't have the money. They're just flipping our money, putting in crypto. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's a mess, man. Yeah, that's
Janelle
a fact right
Police.
there.
Yeah. Yep.
We in
Yes,
trouble,
indeed.
man. We in trouble, but
And that's a shame. I mean, they're having all these restrictions is on top of that. People are not even speaking on that, and people think it's so easy to go out and get a loan. It's more difficult nowadays than there ever was, especially if people want to go buy a home for the first time. You got to put almost what 20-30% down on a home nowadays. And is that good for some? It's bad for others, especially first-time homeowners, because banks are being, very cautious of who they lend money to. Even if you have a 700 credit score, it's difficult nowadays.
Well, I will say I'll give a little pushback. It's not that hard to get a home, because all you gotta do is go and get one of these cars. They're so expensive, you can just live in the car.
Yeah, so it's easier to get an auto loan.
man,
That's what they expected. You see the price of cars now? Man,
the used cars is high now.
Yes.
Yeah, this is inflation's happening. People just laughing it off like it ain't happening. I'm like, man, look, we're gonna be like Germany, 1914,
Yep.
when the world barrel was worth more than the money because we keep printing it. We printed so much money in the last year that we did in 200 years we've been on United States been here. Like, come on, man. Nobody's trying to work. Man.
Listen, when Dollar Tree announced that they're going to raise their prices, I knew we're I knew inflation was real. Dollar Tree said next year we're raising our prices to $1.25. Man, I can't afford to go to Dollar Tree no more, man.
Man, shoot, we got to do the barter system again.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Swanee, man, coming on, giving us that knowledge, man.
Legend.
I always appreciate y'all, man. Y'all my brothers, man. I appreciate y'all for allowing me to come on again, man. Share my thoughts, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, man. Oh, that was dope. That was dope. Yeah, but yeah, that was deep, man. You definitely made a good point about the conspiracy with Clarence Avant. But I still think he was I think he did it allegedly. Oh man.
Anyone who has other thoughts, be sure to put it in the comments, of course.
Yeah, I think he going man. I think he done living a lie. But all right, man. Real quick, we're gonna put the our promo, our banner up real quick. Let me see here. Definitely, we appreciate you guys for supporting the channel and the cash apps. Cash app is TNJRadio, and definitely support our. Check out one of our sponsors, AFJCWorldwide.com. That is AFJCWorldwide.com for our latest apparel, homeware, and drinkware. Definitely get a shirt for your husband, wife, doesn't matter. Again, check out AFJCWorldwide.com. Yeah, go to AFJCWorldwide.com, get your Let's Go Brandon shirts. And if you have any ideas for merch, definitely reach back to us and we'll put it on the shirt for the holidays for you. All right. Last thing, Antoine. Yeah, the economy, inflation is running hot. So true, so true. It's going to be interesting, man.
Balloon.
And I think, what you saying?
It's a balloon.
Yeah, it's about to pop like a bug, man. Hopefully, they're taking away our savings, man. It's a mess. But it's all good. Next year, this is gonna be a crazy election year, man. I think they're gonna lose everything. Democrats.
Mm.
You know. Well, we'll talk about that on another show. All right, man. Leave it with that. Now, talk to y'all next week.
All right. Peace.